Snow and Lambeau, Coach. Something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Minnesota. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
7-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run again with Dillon, and the ball is loose. Dillon lost it, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Jefferson.
That's good for 28 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You tough roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this in Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
Dan Bailey for the Vikings field goal.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Good.
And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Second and 6, just inside the 30. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Gain of 9. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Back to Dillon on first down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run here with Dillon. And the Packers are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second and goal, Rodgers, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, but now it's third and goal.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
Right there.
On third and goal, they're going to run the option. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Vikings 10, Packers 3.
And the ball on the 30. Here's second and 4. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They run again on first down. Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. We got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
First down, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Minnesota.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Number 18.
Justin Jefferson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. That'll be complete to the running back, A.J. Dillon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
10 at the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, it's Dillon. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now.
Makes the score Vikings 16, Packers 10.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
First down.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A first down throw for Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Cousins now to throw on first down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Vikings 23, Packers 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
On the deep ball. It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
54, 88. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
3rd down.
See the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate at the line of scrimmage.
And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Cousins on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers, and that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well.
At the 32-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Following the interception, Cousins completes it to the fullback Ham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Cook following the penalty. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. To throw, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time.
Incomplete.
See if they can avoid doing it here.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Packers. Stephon Diggs. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And the lead is now 13.
Kick is good. Makes the score Vikings 36, Packers 23.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Blue dead. Check.
Rodgers now to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
For A.J. Dillon.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
To throw again, Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
They'll run on first down. Dillon, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. To throw, it's Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
6-yard line.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Cook on the toss left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
At their own.
You need to get the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
At the 7-yard line.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, the left side caught by Diggs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And Daniels has it, left side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Daniels. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
The 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. To throw is Rodgers. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Rodgers to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Today's final score.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Minnesota, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.